Hey y'all, we're Jimmy and Lisa, and today you found us camping at Spring Gulch RV Resort in New Holland, Pennsylvania.
So Spring Gulch RV Campground or RV Resort is an Enocore park. So for those of you that are Thousand Trails members, if you add on the Trails collection, this is one of the parks that is free for you to come visit. It is a rather large park. It's in Pennsylvania, and there are some really large parks that we've been to down in Florida. But this one's in Pennsylvania. There's 115 acres. It's
spread out pretty big. It's spread out all over the place.
Yeah, and it's like on a small mountain, I guess. It's in the Welsh Mountains. There's a lot of Amish farmland around, and it's pretty much right on the outskirts of Pennsylvania Dutch country. So a lot of fresh produce and plants, and it's a very heavily populated Amish area. So if you're interested in that and you'd like to come visit, it'd be a great place to stop. We
love the Amish. We love the Amish food. So
yeah, and the campground's beautiful. Like, this is our campsite. It's long enough for us to back in the Fusion, have the deck down, still have room to park the truck, and Jimmy's mom came to visit us this time and she still had room to park her car. So there are 419 sites in this park, which is a lot, but there's still plenty of room on all the sites, and they're spread out across the property.
You can't hear your neighbor talking, so that's what we like about this campground so far.
Yeah, and they have all kinds of sites. So they have there's like a creek that runs through, so there's a ton of sites down there that have either no hookups or just water and electric for tents and pop-ups, and they're kind of nestled down along the edge of the creek. So if you had a group that was coming together, it'd be a really cool place to come. And then they also have 30 amp with just water and so water and electric. And then they have full hookup sites. The one we have is an elite full hookup. So we have full hookup 50 amp with cable, which we don't really use cable, but it's there if you wanted to use it. On that note, we usually stream Netflix or YouTube TV, and internet's not the greatest for us with AT&T.
Yeah, AT&T, we had between 2 and 3 bars. It fluctuated pretty good. Sometimes we went down to 1. We never had great signal, but we still were able to watch TV through our internet.
They have a ton of stuff here too, like the amenities. So there's 2 pools, one of which is right up the road from us, and it has like the hot tub or spa, they call it, on one end of the pool, and it kind of dumps into the pool. So I'm guessing the pool's heated.
Nothing's open still right now because of COVID, so we couldn't get a lot of footage of the inside of a lot of things, because when you got here you had to call to the front. They came out to you. So
yeah, you couldn't even get in the office or the store. So the store is still open. So the sign on the door says if you need something to call them, you tell them what you need. I guess they can take your card over the phone, or they come out and get your card. And they bring it to the door. So I had to go get quarters for laundry. So I called in and asked if they had quarters, and how many did I need? She brought them right out to me, and we exchanged, and I was off and running. But we couldn't get in to take any footage of the inside of the store, or they have a dance barn and a fitness center, but all of that's locked because of COVID.
Thank goodness the fitness center was locked.
Yeah. Oof. But we did ride our bikes, and it's a lot of uphill. I mean, there's downhill too, obviously, but there's it's a beautiful area to ride your bikes in. So the 2 pools, there's tennis court, there's 2 playgrounds, there is, like I said, there's a creek or a stream that runs through. There's a big, I think they call it a swimming pond or swimming lake.
A lot of fish.
Yeah, it was funny. So there's 2 ponds. There's a swimming pond.
And a fishing pond. And
a fishing pond, 2 separate ponds, right? So the swimming pond, people must feed the fish, because as soon as you walk up, on the swimming pond also there's like a white sandy beach on one side and then the pavilion. But if you walk down to the water, the fish just swim up, like
just stare at you,
ready for you to feed them. So we, of course, fed the fish. So there's that. And then we went down to the fishing pond to try to fish. We might have seen like 6 fish. They were not biting. They, I guess, realized that we were not there to just feed them, so they would not participate in our nonsense. But they also have here a lot of different cabins, I guess, for the non-RVers. They have what they call chalets. They look like kind of little Amish built cottages. They're really cute. And then they have the standard cabins that you see at most Thousand Trails, the brown, cabins for rent. And they have one that's called a chalet, or I guess those are called chalets. The ones at the top are called chalets, and they have cabins. They have several houses. They have like a country cottage. It's a full-blown house. I guess maybe this used to be someone's home. And there were also, I can't remember what the other ones were called, but so bigger houses. So if you had more than just 2 people or 3 people, like if you were bringing a large family, I think you could be safe to use that. 2 bath/shower houses, so just for showers, not for no toilets or anything like that.
Individual showers. So for people like me, which of course I shower in a camper, but you have your own little room. You open up the door. There was a place to put your clothes right there, and you walk in, you can take a shower. So you had your own little shower room,
right?
Basically.
So your own personal little shower. And then along the park, there's also 4 restrooms. I usually call them bathhouses, but they're just bathrooms around the park. And then 2 laundry facilities, and they are not on board with any of the apps. Like some of the parks have apps, and it's kind of hit or miss.
Still using your quarters.
They're on quarters, and they don't have a change machine, but the office had plenty of quarters on stock. And she did tell us that when we checked in. She said, if you need to do laundry, you need quarters, just call us, and we have quarters on hand.
What, $2.50 for the wash?
Yeah, it was $2.50 to wash, and I believe $2.50 to dry. They had like 4 or 5 washers, and the dryers were double stacked, so 6 dryers. It was kind of different because they were in 2 separate rooms.
You had to carry your laundry out of one room into the next room to dry
it. At least you could get in there, 24/7. We've been to like one of the Thousand Trails parks that we go to frequently. You have to get into the office/store to even enter the laundry room. Which means when they close at 4 or 4:30, you can't do laundry after that. So
that wasn't convenient.
At least here you can get in whenever you want to, and you can do your laundry. They also have a
lot of hiking trails.
Yeah, a ton of hiking trails, and just in different places. And it's a beautiful area. Like, it's all wooded. Even down where the sites are that just have water and electric and no sewer, there's still a lot of shade. So I would imagine even in the summer, I know it gets hot here, but your RV...
It wasn't hot this weekend.
No, it was not. And your AC probably wouldn't have to work too hard because it's in the shade, so that's always a plus. They also had basketball court, volleyball court.
Putt-putt.
Yeah, mini golf, horseshoes. They had hopscotch, which who's seen hopscotch since you were a kid? And I think there was a softball field down at the bottom.
Well, a softball field, yeah.
On the map it says field, and there is an area down there, so that is, something that's there.
So all in all, we really kind of enjoyed this park. I think we're going to put this one on our list to come back to. We like the wide open spaces. We like the not having your neighbors right next to you. A lot of people have commented on a lot of our other videos and talking about how there was no trees, and
there's plenty of trees.
There's plenty of trees, and they're opened up. So we were able to bring the camper through here without any issues with them touching the top of the camper or scratching the side of them. So they were pretty. Yeah,
because that's the thing. Open. Like at one of the parks we go to at home, they have a lot of trees, but because they have so many trees and they haven't kept up with them over the years, the streets are really narrow and the sites are really narrow, and it's really hard to get in and out of some of the sites. So that's not the case here. It seems like they've really kept up with keeping the trees off the roads. You can maneuver well. Something else they have that just at a lot of campgrounds they don't do it this way, it doesn't make sense to me, is they have dumpsters here, but they're like everywhere. They're just kind of scattered throughout the park. Some of the parks we've been to, the dumpsters are like at the back, so you've got to walk your trash down to wherever the dumpster is when you're ready to leave. These, on our way out tomorrow, we'll pass several dumpsters that we can throw our trash in, and then of course the dump station is right
on the way out
by the entrance or the exit, so it'll be like the last place on the way out. So I think that's convenient, and that's something that if you're, they have a lot of sites that don't have sewer, so that might be something that's important if you're not gonna.
Well, we always like to try to go out and find things to do while we are at the campground, but this time it rained all day yesterday, and we were only here for 3 days, so we got to venture out today. We did go to a pretty large buffet.
It's the biggest buffet I've ever been to, short of like at one of the casinos in Vegas.
It looked like a big casino when you walked in. It looked like a huge
feel like it looked like a conference center.
Yeah, they had a lot of little rooms that you can go to.
And it was like all the Amish food. We went for breakfast. It was $9.99 a person. They give seniors 10% off, so you get $1 off.
Did you get your senior discount?
No, but your mom did.
Oh.
And then like Shady Maple was what it was called, and it was this huge complex. So the one building was there where the buffet is, and then they had another building that was pretty much like a they had groceries, pharmacy, that kind of thing, like a huge grocery store. And the
largest Ace Hardware store I think we've ever seen. It looked like a Walmart.
It wasn't an Ace Hardware.
It was Ace Hardware.
Was it Ace Hardware?
It was
okay,
Ace
so
Hardware.
it was a huge Ace Hardware, but then it also had aisles, like they had home goods like sheets and comforters and rugs and dish towels, and I didn't see any like TVs or anything, but they did have clothing, hunting and fishing, like tackle and that kind of thing. And then like outdoorsy stuff like you would expect to see, like little lawn ornaments and stuff. And the prices were fairly good there.
Of course, there was a lot of other Amish things around here to do, but we did not get time to really venture out, which next time we will get some more time. But
yeah, we'll stay longer next time.
So
all in all, I really like it here. I'm sure we'll be back. It's I don't know, like an hour and a half maybe from his mom, so she can come up and we can visit with her when we're here. And we'd never been here before, so we weren't sure what we were getting into, but we'll come back. We like it here.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed this campground tour of the
Spring Gulch RV Resort.
I can never remember
or
what it's
Resort
called.
Campground. I don't know. It was different places that had a different name. So whatever, Spring Gulch, we'll get you here.
Make sure you guys come by and check them out. Give us a thumbs up if you're liking these videos. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell. Do all that kind of stuff, because we'll be doing more as we're traveling around. So we try to do a campground tour of everywhere we go. We try to show you what we see, not what the campground sees. We want you to know exactly what we honestly think about it. So this is one that we will put back on our list.
Yes, we really like it here.
We will come back to this one again.
And if you're ever in, and I'm going to stir up the controversy here, Lancaster or Lancaster, just depending on how you say it, and I'm sure it depends on whether you're from here or not. So either way, if you're ever up in this area and you're interested in checking out like the whole Amish community or just, you know, hanging out in this area, we recommend this campground. So be sure to stop by and
tell them you saw our video, tell them you saw FindUsCamping here, and that's why you came here. So that's about it for this video, guys. So like I said, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like them, do whatever you can. So we'll keep making these for us. So until you guys find us camping somewhere out here,
safe travels, y'all.